Hello guys, welcome back to BMTV. Back again with another one, and yeah, this is just a video of me sharing my thoughts about the car after 1,000 kilometers. So far I've covered 1,406 kilometers. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so first things first, how does the car drive and how does the gearbox feel? So I have mixed feelings about the way the car drives, and just so you guys know, everything that I'm gonna be saying mostly about how the car drives, I'm gonna be comparing it to my previous car, the Polo GTI that I used to drive. But before that, let's just hit it. Tell me. Okay, so yeah, as I've said, I'm gonna compare it to, let's go back to it because it's gonna be so loud I won't hear myself think. So yeah, I'm comparing it to the VW Polo GTI, the DSG gearbox compared to the DCT. When you're driving in town, this gearbox is not tuned properly for town driving. I've tried it in eco mode, I've tried it in normal mode. It is a bit jerky, especially with the gear changes. When you are coming to a standstill, like on a robot or on a stop, it changes, it downshifts so quick sometimes that it ends up feeling like it's over revving itself. It doesn't, but I don't know how to describe it. So that's almost something that's gonna take me some time to get used to it, because the DSG gearbox, when you were putting it on eco mode and then you were letting go of the accelerator, it was just coasting, so you were controlling how it's going to stop. It was only going into a gear once you're like coming to a stop, which was way smoother than this, because this, when you are coming to a stop, it starts changing down and changing down and changing down, and then it makes the car feel jerky and all those things. So that's one thing I don't like. Then driving the car on like a nice freeway or highway road or any open road, there's nothing I can complain about. The gearbox is nice and smooth, it moves, and even the car, it also moves, especially if you put it in N mode, because most of you guys don't know, this car has 4 modes. The first mode is eco, when you're like trying to save petrol. Then it has normal, then it has sport, and then it has an N mode. The N mode, that's where everything goes to like maximum performance. The engine, the suspension, the exhaust, everything. It doesn't turn off traction control though, so it also has an option whereby you can also turn off traction control when you're in N mode. But that's where, if you think you are the best driver, which I don't think I am, so I'll never turn off traction control. But in that N mode, that's where the maximum performance comes in. You start hearing the pops and the bangs on that mode. Everything, the car just becomes a fun car in that mode. And then the other modes like normal and eco, it doesn't really do much. It's quiet in those modes, it doesn't make a lot of noise. For example, now here's a pull I'm gonna give to you guys. Listen. See, that's 100. And this road is very bad, but it snaps like quick. So when it's on N mode, it moves, I tell you, it moves. But let's put it back to normal now, because hey, the suspension becomes too hard, that the roads here are not very nice and soft, so the car is too bumpy and stuff, so you might find yourself hitting something. So yeah, after N mode, there's also a special mode or a special button that this car has. It's called Grin Shift, which is NGS. It's on the steering wheel. So when you press this button, it gives you an overboost of almost, I think it's 7 or 13 kilowatts. I can't remember the exact figure. And then the car changes to the lowest gear that the engine can handle, and then when you press the accelerator, it moves. So basically, when you like want to overtake someone or you want to get quick off the line, the moment you start accelerating, then you press NGS, the car would perform at maximum and even gives you that extra boost, and then it's gonna move quick and faster. So that's also another great mode that you have in this car. And yeah. And then okay, there's some safety features in this car which are very good. It has blind spot detection, it has not auto steer, but steering assist and lane keeping assist. It also has cross traffic alert, also have forward collision assist. So you see, just like now as I'm following that car, if I'm going to a speed where that car is slower than me, the car is gonna start beeping and start to brake as I'm about to hit the car, which helps you to avoid collisions and all those things. But it's not a system that you can now put your whole life on it and rely on it. It's just there for assistance. And then also another safety system that it has, when you are reversing, let's say you are getting out of a parking or something, and then there's a car that's coming, it's gonna stop you if you are forcing it to go out, because it disengages the accelerator and brakes for you so that you don't hit the car in the back. And then the other thing that it has is the blind spot assist, where it auto steers you if you are veering off. But on my side, I've turned it off because you can see the roads that we drive in here. The lines are not very well marked, so the car keeps on behaving abnormally in these lines and stuff like that. But when you're on the freeway, you can put that on and put on steering assist, then you can relax and cruise. The car is going to move nice and smoothly, and it's very nice. So yeah, that's something that I enjoy with the safety assistance systems, whatever that you get in the car. And in terms of the looks, I know people think most people love VW, BM and all these things. So I've seen a lot of comments saying, but at the end of the day, no one is gonna notice you when you're driving a Hyundai. Guys, this car is sexy, guys. This car is sexy and it looks nice, top. So wherever I go and I pass where there's a lot of people, chief, everyone always looks at the car and appreciates the car. So on that one, I didn't even care whether people notice the car or whatever they say, because the car I bought it for myself to enjoy it, not for other people to look at it and be proud of it or something like that. But all I can say is when people see this car, it always turns head, especially if I put it in N mode, because what's nice about this car is you don't even have to accelerate hard for it to make some nice sound. You're just driving it normally from gear 1 to gear 2. And then when you let go of the accelerator like this, I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but it makes some pops. So it's not like you have to try hard like most other cars, but if you want it to be noticed now, you have to over rev in order for people to see you. This one, you don't have to do all those things. Just driving in slowly and all that stuff makes a lot of noise. When you're accelerating and you let go of the accelerator, it pops. Yeah, but I don't think it's coming through to the video part. So when it comes to getting noticed, you will definitely be noticed when you're driving this car, because I know a lot of people fear that, because there's some people there who want cars that is going to make them be seen or something like that. I don't care about that on my side, but and then I also forgot to add something about the N custom mode, where it gives you an option to select all the different stuff you would want on N to be hard, to be harsh, and all those things. No, not harsh, man, hardcore, but yeah, that would be the right word. I will show you guys now on the video here. As you guys can see, this is the N mode, so you can select all the different settings that you would want from how the car should behave when it's on N custom. And then you've got N standard, which is whereby Hyundai has set it up on their own to perform at the maximum level. And yeah, and then yeah, the steering wheel of the car, it's a nice and chunky steering wheel. I don't have any complaints about the steering wheel. There isn't a lot of buttons whereby it's too clunky and all those things, and I like these two buttons here, the drive mode button and the N mode button. They look very nice and they make the steering wheel even look much more better. But I have beef with Hyundai. I don't know why they chose for the Hyundai I30 N to put the NGS button right here instead of putting it right here like the corner N. Because if you guys check out the corner N, I'll put a screenshot here. You see, the NGS button is nice and red, which shows you that this button means something. For example, now let's say I had a girlfriend and I let my girlfriend drive my car, and then she makes a mistake. She will just press this NGS button by mistake, and it's gonna scare her, because when you press that button, the car it does some nice things that you feel, and then you're like, hey, this is prop. But anyways, their Hyundai really messed up. But the steering wheel, it's nice and soft. The leather is nice. The pedals are a bit metallic to aluminum, so it's not like my previous car, the GTI, where it was plastic. So this even feels nice to hold. It doesn't have those grips that you get from VW, the lines, but it has this other ball. It's almost like on the other side is removed and on the other side is inserted, so it feels very nice to hold. So steering wheel, very good. I've been enjoying the steering wheel. And then now what else can I I say about the car? There isn't much else to say. So far, everything is good. Everything is great. I've been enjoying the car. It drives very well, especially in roads like this. It's amazing to drive. I won't lie to you. In roads like this, listen to this. You hear that? Listen to that shit. It's very, very nice to drive. In nice roads like this, when you put it in N mode, you can just unleash it and move, and it sounds very, very nice. Now the road is open. Now there's NGS, guys. Hear that? That's NGS. I'm turning it off now. Hey, when this thing is like NGS, the pops, the pegs, everything is nice and proper. Love this thing, man. I love it. They can hate all they can say all they want to say, bro. This shit is fire. Okay, so let me give you guys the things that I don't like about the car. Number one thing that irritates me, the speedometer, the digital one in the center thing that you find in the center of the speedometer. It gives you a gear and all the stuff. You can configure everything here apart from one thing, and that is the range. The range is always permanently displayed, and for me that irritates me because it always gives me anxiety. I'm always looking at it like drop when I'm accelerating hard and all those things, and that's not something you want to see. The gauge for me was good enough for me to look at the gauge and see how much petrol I have, but the range thing to be permanent and the fact that you can't remove it from the digital thing, it's a bit of a nuisance for me, so I don't like that. Another thing that I have to mention is that this car is very heavy on fuel. The fuel consumption is high, and it's crazy high, not just high. Like, you see, just like now, I poured 850. I was trying to get a full tank, but it already had fuel, and it's only going to give me 540 from that 850. So comparing it to the Polo GTI, the Polo GTI with 800, I would get something like 600, and if I'm driving very well, I would even have to get something like, I would end up getting something like 800 kilometers or 700. So that's another fault that I would say people must, it's not a fault, but it's something that people have to be aware for watching, and yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video. As you guys can see, still have to enjoy these roads and continue driving towards Kingston. But thank you for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, comment, and yeah, show some love. Also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and all these other socials. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.